Well, it's the middle of June and I'm getting back to this pickup project. I decided to pull it back out over here so that I could get some daylight shots of it and see what we're really dealing with. I don't really know yet. I know the engine is stuck, and I know that the rear tires are flat, obviously, but the front tires made it for some reason. So I thought I'd do just a quick walk around and we'll see what we can find. I think somebody could tell me, I don't think these are original headlights. They don't look the right size, so we may have to convert those back to 32s. But it's looking pretty good. It needs a good washing, and I need to get all the oil. I put some preservative on it where it was in the barn. It was getting dripped on right in here. And so I just took preservative and then I covered it up with some vinyl and finally a giant board, and hopefully that helped it. That was about 3 years ago, and I think it's going to be okay. There's definitely some rust that I got to take care of, but not terribly. I'd love to fill this back in and take off the extra tire holder. They don't work with these tires anyways. These are, I think, 34, 35 rims, and the tire for those won't fit in that wheel well, so I wouldn't mind taking it back. I think this was an aftermarket kit that you could buy, and you just cut that out and weld the new kind of pocket in there and then put this attachment on. That's maybe the only, well, no, there's a couple other little accessories. One, I want to see what everybody thought about these turn signals. I'm not so hot on them as turn signals, but the rear lights I'm liking a lot more. I'll show you those in a moment. So let's go around and just see how this is looking. So I took off the air bath, or the oil bath air cleaner. There's the spare. Let's see here. So that's one of the accessories, is they have these pipes on it. I don't know if I'm up for those, but maybe I can do something with that, but I may need to go more original with that. There are those, I don't know what those are off. I think those are called like beehive lights, and these got 3 on each side. So this was a guy who was in South Dakota that I knew, and he took it to college. He may have even had it in high school. He took it to college at Minnesota, you see. And I think he was kind of into hot rodding. He put a V8 in it, flathead, and then he also put a few things on like this. So we'll see. I kind of like him in back. I thought I'd see what everybody else thinks. Noticing it was coming from South Dakota to California, and I had this thing going and it took off some of the paint, but live and learn. I'm going to try to take off the gray paint as it is, I believe, and get to the original paint behind the scenes. I will look at that in a second here. But pretty straight, like the corners are all perfect. That looks in the video maybe like it's got something, but it's actually just some of the oil that I put on there. So let's see here. Yeah, there's some huyas in here where it flew open, the wind got behind it, flew open, and that went into the side. So I'm gonna have to work on that, but not just terrible. Well, now let's see what we have going on in the engine compartment here. So there we go. So this is the flathead I was telling you about. I believe it's a 59A flathead, maybe 1941. I've heard different things, like the heads may not actually be the originals though. It might be like, I believe he told me back in the day it was a 1948 engine, but I only have the A on the head, so I think that makes a 59A head, maybe on a 59AB flathead. Somebody could probably tell me. This has I think you'd call it the pancake style with these coming up for the spark plug wires. Let's see what else. Kind of a funny thing here he had to do, I guess that's just how you do it, is they cut out the exhaust around the steering column there and then welded it pretty flat. So you know that exhaust port is not getting everything coming out, I don't believe, but we'll see if that's a problem. I guess they ran it for years and it was all right. Yeah, so keep moving around here. Okay, passenger side. Looks like we may have a fuel line coming up. And I don't know, let's see, there's a choke and a throttle. Let's see if that's moving. Yep, that's moving, so that's good. Progress. Like I say, the engine is locked up. So I'm going to put some of the special mix in a few moments, and we'll see if we can't get that unlocked. Well, for the inside, let's see what we have here. First off, the funniest thing I think about this whole truck are these seats. I would swear they're probably grandma's old tablecloth. They're this plastic vinyl. I mean, it's done nicely. It's got a little roll here, but it is definitely, looks like it was an old farm tablecloth at one point. Pretty basic 32 Ford truck. Let's see what we got going on here. The one thing that is kind of interesting here is there's like this book hold or something. When he's in college, maybe he put his books in there or something. You see somebody's put some pinstriping on there. And the interesting thing is, that's the only spot inside. But when I looked closely at the headlights, the same thing is on here. You see it right there? So there's some pinstriping that's on the headlights. I don't know if maybe there was other places and he just has over the years gone away, but it's this red on gray. Pretty standard dash. Oh, he's got an amp meter in here, and there's the fuel gauge. That'll be interesting to see if that works. Looks like it's maybe dropped down just a slight bit, so that I'll end up taking that apart anyway. And let's see, steering wheel's okay. It's got a couple cracks in it, unfortunately, so we'll have to fix that. Old Ford gear shift. I think it's still the original 3-speed, but we'll see. And up here, kind of interesting things from his college years. Snow Week, 1956, University of Minnesota, January 21 through 28. Anybody been to that? And some flour. Don't know where that came from. There's probably some history there. I don't know about that light. I guess that's original. I don't think so, actually. It's probably aftermarket. Somebody could tell me. How about that mirror? I don't think that mirror's right either. Windshield wiper. That one is electric. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and I got to show you the button on the end. So let's go over there. Okay, so you got to check out this button that's up here. And it's another University of Minnesota, I think it's his homecoming week. And you notice it's smothered cow. And the funny thing is that I went to Southern California. So yes, beat USC, I think it says at the top here. Whoops. I think it says beat USC, smother Cal, University of Minnesota, homecoming week, something like that, weekend. So anyway, pretty cool. I went to USC, and so I'm going to have to leave it there even though it's anti-USC. Actually, I think I'll take them all down so that they don't get messed up. Okay, we got the button on the steering wheel. You know, it's got the old Ford logo. I think that's probably from the 50s. Somebody could tell me for sure. And then some pretty cool panel here, you know, launch bombs, missiles, whatever this is. I assume that is press to start here, but not sure what those switches do. Oh, and we have the vent down here. And that is about it. No book hold on this side. So I think that's it for controls and our interior. Actually, let's pull the seats out and we'll see if there's any hidden gems in there. Okay, I'm so excited. There are some hidden gems. So first off, I got the bottoms of the seats up. You notice the gas tanks underneath. If you guys don't know that, in the Model B, there was gas tanks that were below, as opposed to Model A, which is above your feet, which always is a scary place for all that fuel, but now it's underneath you. So, you know, if something goes on, it's still kind of scary, but unfortunately it's a little crispy critter in here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's pretty rusty. I don't have a flashlight, so we'll have to see. We'll probably mount a gas tank somewhere else or find a new one, as that one is pretty bad. That's the cost of doing business. So, and also we have some interesting things in here. You might be wondering what this is. No, not a rattlesnake, thank goodness. But it is some old farmhouse wiring, it looks like. So that's good, in case we are down with that. Put that aside. And now I got myself all worried that there is a rattlesnake in there, but it's definitely in rattlesnake country right now, but I think it's pretty clear. Oh, there's a maybe possible seat belt. And look at this. Oh my gosh, this is great. I've always wanted one of these. It's a bag, the water bag. Has anybody seen one of these? It is the Minnequa water bag. It says 15 cents on it. Well, if you don't know what this is, if you were going across the country and you're starting to get hot, you'd fill that with water and you'd hang this right here. You'd have an extra cool water as you go down the road. How about that? I guess it added some cooling to it. I have to clean that up really carefully. I've always wanted to find one of those. How great is that? That makes buying the truck right there. Just that fine. You can probably find them for nothing on eBay, but that's still worth a lot to me. Let's see. What else we got here? Turn. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Another one. And, oh yes. Double-ended adjustable wrench. 10-inch adjustable wrench. It's actually pretty bent. He was doing something with that out on the farm. Let's see what else we have. Here we go. In case we had to change tires, we got a tire iron. Those are always good, except if you have to use it. Another one. Another tire iron, yep. Let's see. What else we got here? Some clip thing. Oh! I see something fantastic. How great is this? Who can identify what that is? That's a 1928 or 29 Model A speedometer. Let's see how many miles this thing had on it. Looks like it's maybe just a little cracked. Well, maybe not. Let's see if we can figure out mileage. 57,746 miles on whatever Model A had this. This was 3 to 4 years before this truck. Definitely in something else. But it looks good. I bet it can be cleaned up. Yeah, that is great. Although I don't know that I see the speedometer moving. That's going to take pulling it apart. Let's check closely on the other side. Well, the driver's side did not have nearly the treasures, but there is one interesting thing. I think this may be a 1963. That might be a tab for a license plate. So that's kind of cool. That's probably South Dakota 1963, or maybe Minnesota 1963. Somebody could tell me that better. Got some, you know, sort of junk. Looks like a, but and yeah, copper fittings. Yeah, and hopefully you won't ever use those. But here's an interesting little gem. Look at this. Ford tag B3579. What would that be to? Could this have been some original stock number on the truck, or maybe a part? Maybe somebody knows. I'd love to know those things, but that's about it. No rattlesnakes, thank goodness. I did have myself pretty freaked. And then this strapping, but I think this strapping was just to reduce rattles out of the factory, and probably around this gas tank. Okay, well, that looks like the inside. We'll probably be looking underneath pretty soon.